This is Dragon Ball What If. So, I had, as I'm going to make this introduction, I had the audio What If channel, but I thought that it would be a better idea to show video alongside the audio What If itself. So, let's start this one. Have you ever wondered if Goku didn't keep his head, but maybe he wouldn't have the same personality that he had? In this case, I'm assuming that Goku will have more of a conqueror, conqueror sort of mentality, more ENTJ or more like Frieza, but not exactly, not so evil. So Goku is not evil, but it's not good either, and has a conqueror sort of mentality. He wants to take over the world, not because he's evil, but because he thinks that he will be better at ruling over the world than anyone else around, and he has the power to probably keep it someday because he is getting stronger. So, right now, at the start of the story, we are here, Grandpa Gohan's house, also known as Monpausio, which will probably look like this, like this. Now, let's go back to the map, this map. Goku, when he's about 8 years old, maybe 7 years old as Trunks from the Buu saga, will probably have enough independence to and is strong enough because he was trained by Gohan and he's been punching rocks and breaking them or stuff like that. He's gotten like a lot stronger. So he will go to the first because he will look at the moon, and since he's stronger this time after turning into a giant monkey, he may as well kill Grandpa Gohan. It's possible. So Grandpa Gohan dies when Goku is only 8 years old because his Goku was training a lot harder than it would be otherwise. It's far more dangerous and it's more lethal than the original Goku. So he has heard about the master of Grandpa Gohan who lives in Kame House, lives here. So he will go along and find Turtle who was lost, searching for mushrooms, and he will also find this is sort of it will look like this, like a bear, look like some kind of bear, but yeah, imagine like this, it will look like this. The monster that he found that was standing up and with a sort of machete or something like that wanted to eat him and the turtle. So this Goku, who has been training and is stronger, will probably have like a knife, which will be sort of affected by his ki or wouldn't matter because he's quite strong. So he will just jump and cut off the neck. Will go like and will fall dead, like no problem, and will keep walking. And then he will be like, damn it, I got covered in blood again. I will need to change my clothing. Ah, what a mess. And just keep walking. So after picking up some boat, they'll probably get there. Here, once there, in Kame House, I'm going to take some coffee. Wait a moment. Once in Kame House, he will want to demand training from Master Roshi but it's recording. Good, good. But what? Wait a moment. Ah, working well. But he wouldn't really get his training, not directly. He needs to convince Master Roshi first. He will be here in this really strange island because it's in the middle of the ocean, but still, and it's that small. And Master Roshi will train him in exchange for nasty magazines, but that will be enough probably because he will Master Roshi will ask for a girlfriend, but he will still bring the magazines, and Master Roshi will be like, yeah, this is good, but I don't know how you got them. So you say Goku will find a way to get them. Probably will steal them. Who knows? And Master Roshi is like, no, that's not enough. I want you to bring me a girlfriend. And then Goku's like, but I'm the adopted son of your student, Gohan. Like, yes, I knew Gohan was a great student of mine, but I cannot train you if you don't bring me a girlfriend, kid. So then Goku goes up to, let's say, oh, he will go, where is it? Probably some city around here, or here even, like really far. And then he will probably rob a bank, like dress in, like cover up, or rob a bank, rob millions of Seni. Then he will go to some random woman who seems attractive enough and will go like, hey, I need to hire you to be the girlfriend of a great martial artist or whatever. And she will be like, what? Like, I pay you for that. And we'll go eventually, we'll find some that will agree. So he will then pay like a lot of money to a taxi for a taxi or something like a plane, and we'll go all the way back to Kame House, and we'll get that girlfriend who was probably a very professional one, too professional perhaps, and for Master Roshi, and well here, and the Master Roshi will be like, oh, okay, kid, I will join you. But first, I need to play with my new girlfriend, and he will do nothing because he never does anything. Probably will just run after her, and she will be like, "But I was promised like he was a great martial artist, but he doesn't look like a great martial artist. You told me that he was the strongest man in the world." Like, and Goku will be like, "Yeah, technically he is, as far as I know, but still." Probably Master Roshi will be pleased by it and will still train Goku. So Goku is 8 years old and training, and he will demand to uh, to for Roshi to teach him the Kamehameha wave. This thing. Whoa! What's with the internet? Why so slow? Anyway, what happened? Ah, and then this thing, the Kamehameha wave, the first one. And this Goku will be a bit shorter, will have less key as a default, but he is better trained. So in reality, I wouldn't say that he will have really less key as a default. I mean, because of his age, but the extra training adds up more power, so he will have a power level of 20 or something like that. He will be 4 times stronger than the regular farmer, and he will get it. He will do the first Kamehameha wave just after taking a look at Master Roshi's, and he will do it sort of instinctively, like he knows how to do it as a default condition of him because well, Master Roshi doesn't know that he's a Saiyan. Goku knows that he indeed is an alien. Doesn't know how to explain where he came from or how it's possible that he's an alien that he knows. He remembers some stuff being in the pond. He remembers his mother and his father. He remembers departing from that planet. But still, yeah, isn't it's normal to Goku. Wait, not normal to Master Roshi, which I should have a yeah, I'm going to search for Master Roshi. Anyway, so whoa, no Master yeah, Master Roshi. Damn it. Yeah, so I have him. That way I can say Master Roshi. I can show up like all those Master Roshis right here. Overkill. Anyway, I have the fair there. So Goku will have learned the move and will spend probably months and months and months practicing the thing again as he probably travels around near all this all that area, like probably this area, probably this area. Will travel all of this and sort of know the world and have some friendships which he has to sort of make business with, kind of like mm, having a trade to buy new stuff that he wants. I don't know, like a new shoes or whatever. Who knows what he's doing? He's probably just exploring a little bit, but practicing his Kamehameha along the way, sort of like around this area. And he returns back after having a good training, and he's nearly 9 years old by now. He still looks like this pretty much. So 9-year-old Goku will realize that he should be learning new stuff, but it turns out that the old man doesn't know any cool techniques aside from that's like key based, not many. No. So he instead will teach him the other technique, which is very useful. Goku finds it very useful apparently because the old man tells him that can sort of trap an evil entity inside a rice cooker or a jar, and he's like, "Oh, this is very interesting. How can I do it? How can I do the seal for the jar? How can I do all of that?" And then he's like, "But why do you want that technique if you already have the Kamehameha way? Why would you need it?" And Goku's like, "Well, capsules are very expensive, so instead of buying a capsule, I just do the evil containment technique on my food and just drop it inside the jar, and when I want it back, just open the jar. Like, what's the problem there?" And Master Roshi is like, "I really never thought about using it for it. It's like really gross." What's with the neighbors? The neighbors are like doing weird noises right now. Are they annoyed or something? Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, that's probably it's neighbor stuff. Like maybe they were sleeping in the middle of the afternoon. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, so okay, Goku learns the Mafuba, evil containment technique, and he's learned pretty much everything that he wants to then wait pretty much everything that he wants to learn from the old man, and he also needs sort of a way to power up himself. He learns that too. This is sort of a very basic thing. He gets it. Oh, on the whole Dragon Ball Super on here. But anyway, he gets it and then finally leaves. So he's here, but remember that he knows that he can turn into a grade 8. Why? Why does he know? Because this Goku He's clever. He's more clever than the other Goku. So he realizes that since the day that Grandpa Gohan died, he didn't have any clothes on, like were like ripped, like were destroyed, and he has a tail. It's probable that somehow he can transform into like a werewolf, but not a werewolf, but instead into a were monkey type of thing. So he thinks that he could be somehow because he's an alien, or he could be sick. Is it recording? Yeah, that's great. Or he could be sick somehow, and the only person which may help him to avoid the moon from affecting him ever again and turning into an Osaru, turning into turning into whoa, this is badass, and turning into this creature is precisely, let's say, was city? Was city? West Capital. I think it's here. West Capital. Here in West Capital, there's Bulma. Yes, but he's not searching for Bulma. This 9-year-old Goku is going there to search for Dr. Briefs, who could help him make some kind of glasses which stop the effect that the moon has on him when he looks at the moon, especially a full moon. So he will head there for him to investigate him and try to figure out a solution to his problem. He doesn't understand what could go wrong. He's like, what is going on? He's 9 years old, but he knows that at least the best scientist, open scientist, who doesn't belong to the Red Ribbon Army, very famous person, very famous billionaire, will be interested in him. So he has to West Capital, which is this thing here. This is from the game, but here it is. Castle Corp. He will head there. Remember, this is 3 years before the start of Dragon Ball itself. Now Goku gets there, and he will meet Bulma, and Bulma will mention that she has a Dragon Ball like he has too. Bulma would look like, well, not like the other one. It would be weird if she looked like that. Well, no, it would be more commonsensical. But that's Bulma, though that's 3 years later. But he will see her, and she may be able to recognize the Dragon Ball or Star Dragon Ball that Goku will carry around, because it could be stolen if he just left it in Mount Pausu, or in the house on Mount Pausu. No, what's he? Oh, he is convincing Rosie. So he becomes friends with Bulma and starts living in here, or living in Castle Court, which is really large. Has this garden inside, like you know. He will keep practicing his Kamehameha way, and I think on his own he will learn how to fly, because he didn't hit his head, so it's probably a natural thing for Saiyans to learn how to fly very early, and he will sort of figure it out on his own after blowing up something trying to do it, like blasting his ki away from his body and just obliterating the ground. He will figure it out, and his power level will keep increasing. By now, since he's been training for a while, doing Kamehamehas all the time, he's probably on the 100 mark, because he's very dedicated and has kept his training day by day. So about 100, let's say, at 9 years old, which is it's not that much. Compared with the other Goku, yes, it's a lot, but the other Goku was occupied punching dinosaurs, not actually training most of the time. Oh, well, so after that is done, Bulma will realize that by just seeing the Dragon Ball that Goku has, supposing that she may not even have seen the Dragon Ball that she already had, but she will figure out the legend, and there's not just no one, but there's more. They're very difficult to destroy. They're very hard objects. She will test that, and then they will both of them when Goku is barely 10 years old and he's probably not living in West Capital. Remember, he still has money from that time when he robbed the bank. So he will go live somewhere around here and on the outskirts outside West Capital where it's cheap enough. He's a kid, but he still will buy like a capsule home and live there. Will buy from Bulma's father, from Dr. Briggs. He will live there, and Bulma will show up and go like, "Hey Goku, we should reunite the Dragon Balls. I think the legend could be true." And Goku's like, "Well, let's try it. Let's try to reunite the Dragon Balls." But then Goku has a plan, and she wants to wish for a perfect boyfriend, but Goku wants another wish, and he tries to convince Bulma that it would be better if they wish for optimal physical condition and immortality because for both of them, because that way she is more likely to find a perfect boyfriend if she never gets old. And Bulma sort of goes like, perhaps, I don't know. Goku seems like a good idea, but I still going to test it, the perfect boyfriend thing. And then Goku's like, well, so instead we ask for both things in the same wish. We say that's the same wish, and that's it. Oh, I don't know if that could work, Goku, but we should try it. So they go their way. They have the two Dragon Balls right now, and Goku knows that he has one, that the old man has one, and he will probably give it away in exchange for more magazines. So he goes to West Capital to buy nasty magazines. He buys like a lot of them, stores them, and Bulma's like, "Why are you buying that?" Like, I needed to get one of the Dragon Balls. It's in possession of the old man. The old man has it, and he is in Kame house. He's a martial artist, and I need to get it from him. And to get it, I need to give him something he wants in exchange. And he likes those magazines. So Bulma now sort of stops thinking that Goku could be a very sexualized sort of individual, but still she finds him very weird. And Goku then explains that Master Roshi is his master indeed, and he's a great master, very like a man to be respected. They leave What's Capital and they go to the, let's say, where's the closest one? Now that, well, there's Pilaf Castle. Pilaf probably has one already, so they could go here to Pilaf Castle. Apart from that, there's and and you will be looking around here too. Piccolo mentioned Ransom. So maybe around here? I don't know where there's. I don't see anything else. But they will head to. Let's say that they head to Pilaf Castle because that's the closest thing that there is around here. Which is weird because Bulma went all the way here to get her first Dragon Ball instead of going to build a castle in the original Dragon Ball. It's possible that it's because this map is wrong or because she realized that Pilaf Castle wasn't a place she could enter to, so she went first here That seemed sort of easy. And then they were sort of went around here, and yes, because around here is where there's another one, and then there's another one, and there's another one here. Okay, so they will go like this. They will go like one here, another one here, another one here. They will go like that, and then they will end in Kame House. So they do that. The first place they go is Pila's Castle, and Goku pretty much starts at Bulma and goes like, stay behind, stay at a distance about a kilometer or something like that. Right now, Goku's power level is about 125 or 130 because he kept training really hard for the last months. Now that he had a home somewhere far away, and he will go to Pilaf Castle, stand in front of the door, and will start yelling and demanding the Dragon Ball because then because if not he will possibly take it back. He says take it back because he's trying to pretend that the Dragon Ball was his somehow. Because how are they going to know? Maybe it was from this kid's family. What he doesn't want is that they will call some sort of police or some sort of something like that, and they will get involved. And he wants a justification of some kind in case that they go after him legally to sort of say, hey, my grandpa had one ever since a long time ago, and those Dragon Balls belong to to my adoptive grandpa's family ever since 200 years. I don't know, something like that. So he's careful and he says that they're from his family or something like that. Some nonsense, okay? Let's save this recording just in case. Oh, good software. Look at this. It's working well. So now. So he will invent all the nonsense. Well, it's going to block this computer if I keep opening and opening more of those windows. Black Castle. So he will arrive to this place. He will stand in front of the door and start yelling like a maniac, or fly up here and start yelling like a maniac. And then Mai and Shu will leave the castle, and he will be like, I want my Dragon Ball. My Dragon Ball. I need my Dragon Ball. You have my Dragon Ball. I know you have it. And they will be like, but what are you saying, kid? And Mai will take out some shotgun or a gun, and Shu will take out his katana. But Goku really doesn't want to hurt them if it's not necessary because he will just get in trouble. He doesn't want a bad relationship with Bulma because he's just blasting away people. So instead, and there's no reason he doesn't have anything against them. Really, they did nothing wrong for now, as far as he knows, and they're just normal rich people in their very self-important castle, which is a bit weird. It's a bit weird that they have a castle like that, but still, why not? I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a castle. It's cool, especially from Goku's perspective. They will decline, and they will try to fight Goku. Goku will do this kind of thing somewhere, but as a demonstration, and we'll probably do it with a single hand. Will be a single hand Kamehameha wave to a bunch of rocks to just blow them up with minimal strength, and they will be like, kid, I see you're powerful, but. And then Goku will start speaking again. Give me the Dragon Balls, or I will use my true power. So then Mai will threaten again to shoot, and then will shoot near his feet. Goku wouldn't move. So then he will start advancing forward after seeing this kind of attack. Will quickly move and disarm Mai. Yeah, this is the last window in opening, I think, because it's going to get blocked. It's going to just. Whoa, 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 my Dragon Ball. This thing is going to get totally destroyed. Like, my Dragon Ball, I don't know, maybe she has a shotgun, maybe she has a normal gun, but she will do it. She will shoot at the ground something. Yeah, she shoots at the ground, but then Goku takes off the gun from her and just may ask again. He says so again. He was like, give me the Dragon Ball. And they will be like, okay, kid, I guess I will have to give you a Dragon Ball. And he hands over a Dragon Ball. And said that it's not a Dragon Ball, it's like some imitation that he has for some reason, like there's some fake Dragon Ball. And then Goku just grabs it and goes back to Bulma, and Bulma's like, what are you doing? That's not a Dragon Ball. It's not in the radar. And then he sees how they're flying away, probably because they're worried that that kid is way too strong for them. They fly away in their plane, so Goku does again does this. Or more like that. Yeah, more like this. More like this. He aims at the plane, which is heading away. Kame! Kame! And Bulma's like, what are you doing? Are you doing that rocket fire again? No, no, no. No, just fly. Fly after the plane, Goku. I know you can fly, right? Oh, right. I don't need to blow the plane. So he reabsorbs the energy back into his hands to not lose it. Yeah, so it was like, okay, now it's back in my body, like circulating or something. And takes off, flies after the plane as fast as he can, catches up to it, and opens the door like Superman, like just opens the door of the plane, like Dragon Ball plane. Okay, this is the last one. Dragon would probably look like this. It wouldn't because it's an old plane, not planet. Just imagine that it looks something like this. Build a plane, yes, this. So he will go, will rip off the window, like this window here, and will grab the whatever bag they have. They may have the Dragon Ball. They want my shooting at him, and there's nothing at all. Just the bullets bounce off, and they hit uh, shoes. Then the dog's arms and arm, and goes like, "Oh, you hit me!" And then just starts sort of bleeding or whatever. Man, this it's not too bad. So in this case, Son Goku just grabs it and checks that that's the Dragon Ball and goes like, okay, that's the Dragon Ball, and then flies away and goes back to Bulma while the plane pretty much goes trying to escape in case Goku ever comes back or that kid ever comes back. He didn't say his name really, so he just leaves. They just leave. Then Goku comes back to what the hell is Bulma here? Bulma, where are you? No, here it is. It would be weird if she looked like this. She's like 14 years old, but she will look, well, perhaps she will look like this, but looking like for real, so like this but younger. Because from Goku's perspective, they're not cartoons, right? They will look like normal people, like this. So they go on their way. Right now they're here, and Pilaf is heading towards some of the other Dragon Balls. Maybe if he's collecting them, because maybe now thinks that they're very important, so he's flying this direction. And Goku has then to probably here. Probably this area, right by mountain. where there's a very angry man with horns. Okay, and I'm opening one, but I close another one. So there's the balance, and that's well, oh the bear. Goodbye bear. You were a good bear. Oh, they got to Fire Mountain, and I mean the Ox King. The Ox King is here, and he looks like this. Probably imagine that. Like, holy crap, he sees this and goes like, what's this monster? But turns out that oh, I'm bring another one. Then the Dragon Ball is in Fire Mountain, like literally inside the fire. And Fire Mountain is not how funny because it's really hot the ground down there. It burns the stuff. Fire Mountain, Dragon Ball. Seriously, the ground burns the stuff like you bury something like 20 meters on the ground and just burns in an area, and it's in a specific area. It's really weird. But now, this is Fire Mountain and looks like this, really hellish. It burns so much that makes you think that they should like make a power plant or something and use that fire to produce electricity. Imagine that. It's like insane. But they see this, and apparently the way to end the fire is to sort of blast it away, probably. So Goku does so. Remember that by this time he is as strong, or a little bit stronger, as strong at least, as as strong as Master Roshi. Let's say right now, after all his training with Kamehameha, Ki, which makes him a lot stronger, a lot faster, so a strong master as a not very powerful Master Roshi. So he will use Kamehameha wave and blast this thing. And if at the first time doesn't work, at the second one it will work, and we'll fix it. But how does he deal with this guy? Because as soon as he arrives, this guy will attack him somehow, and Goku will think, oh, this thing is this guy is some kind of criminal. Because imagine a guy who looks like this and he attacks you. What would you think? And Goku doesn't have much mercy. This Goku doesn't have much mercy, so he's this guy. I will entertain him to fight him, and then we will be like, Kame, Kame, to just kill the guy, and he will be like, that's Master Roshi, it's Master Roshi technique, Master Roshi's technique. And Goku stops his Kamehameha, sort of saves it back into his body, grabbing back the energy and absorbing back the energy. And he's like, you know Master Roshi? And yeah, he was my master. Oh, he was my master. So Goku will be like, he is my master too. Really? He's your master? Oh, kid. Oh, incredible. I never learned that technique. You're really good. Oh, thank you. So I won the Dragon Ball, which is inside that Fire Mountain, and so that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's the encounter with this guy. He was saved because because he recognized the Kamehameha. If not, if Goku had used another technique, like some kind of just one hand Kamehameha perhaps, or Giensang analog, well, he will know something like a G blade because it's more efficient at killing. He will have that. If he had used that, this guy will be dead. But he's not dead because Goku didn't want to dirty his own hands with his blood, so he wanted to just use the Kamehameha to kill him. And this guy was straight at attacking him with a giant axe, so he didn't have any. He wouldn't have any mercy for him. Just, I mean, a guy attacks you with a giant axe and it looks like this. You don't ask. Like you just blasting my way and just go like, dude, I mean, what do you expect? Like, seriously. So he said, but he does meet this little girl, but he thinks that she's some kind of idiot because this Goku is like really serious, and he sees her and some dumb girl, so he just goes like, no, 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 get away, dumb girl, just get away, don't disturb me. I have better things to do. So gets Goku, then yes, picks up the Dragon Ball after the fire is gone, and he has to probably this area because here there's one Dragon Ball, probably around here there's another one. I don't remember correctly. Right now he has two, three, four. Then he will collect another one, five, and then six here, and I guess around here there's another one somehow. This has three, four, five, six. No, no, no. Well, that's two, three, four, five, six. So there's another one missing that I don't remember where it is, but it's probably around here. So, well, while they are going this path, they will find Yamcha, most likely, and Yamcha will attack them. This will be kind of like the other time that with this monster of a man. But Yamcha will demand money in exchange. Goku is did rob a bank one time, so he's not going to judge him really badly. But at least he will ask, yeah, but why didn't you rob a bank? Why you want this money? It doesn't make sense. Why are you here? Like, go away. You'll find this guy, Yamcha guy. Yamcha will get scared by Bulma, especially by fighting Goku, who will break this weapon he has. He's a lot stronger than Yamcha is at least three times or more. He will probably break it with his Keyblade, just scoot it off, like scoot it off, and then he will run away. If not by that, probably by that. If not by that, by taking a look at Bulma, and because he's scared of of girls, so he will look sort of Bulma, who will kind of look like this, and will go like, "Whoa, no! It's a girl, and she's attractive, so I need to run away," and she will run away. Oh, that's a good cosplay, by the way, but the baby doesn't like it, really. So he will get some Dragon Ball on the way. No, we're around here. And then finally, there's nearly the last Dragon Ball. This is the last here, but there's Dragon Ball that's Oolongs. It's near Oolongs, and it will be given to Goku in exchange for saving the village from the monster, from the being who just transforms into a monster or into somebody and then kidnaps girls. And then Goku will hear this and he's like, I don't want a being like that in the world. I will destroy him. I will kill him right away. So he just goes out to this house where the monster is supposed to be, raise all the girls that are there, and finds Ulon transformed into an incredibly large monster, and just goes like, Kame, Kame, Ka! And this Kamehameha wave is bigger, it's like wider, and just obliterates the transformed Ulon, leaves nothing, makes a hole in the wall, and just obliterates all, like the drywall and the Ulon, and leaves sort of marks in the ground. And Goku does it because he doesn't want to leave the course of the monster in case that it could be related to him, because it's probably not technically legal to just go to just in order to, after rescuing the girls, just executing the evildoer. So since it's probably not legal, he makes sure that there's no remainings So he picks up some like little pieces of leg of a big person, whatever, and just puts it in a bag and throws it away, and then just blasts it with a ball of key and explodes, and so there's no proof that yes, there's a destruction, but there's no body left. So Goku just goes like, okay, fair enough, and just leaves. So then after leaving the house, he returns to the village and goes like, well, I was never here. If someone asks, I was never here, and I did nothing. Now give me the Dragon Ball. Oh, here's the Dragon Ball. Goodbye. And he leaves with Bulma. Bulma's like, so you took care of the monster? Yes, I took care of him. Don't worry, they will never see any shit again. Oh, oh, interesting. So that was the light show. Yes, that was the light show. Mm, After that, after leaving, we'll say Oolong, search for Oolong, because now he's dead. Great, now we don't need to stand his nonsense. No, what? Dragon Ball. Well, his nonsense. It's perhaps because he looks like a pig, and I don't know, it looks like I like him somehow. Like he's very goofy, but not in a good way. Like in this way, instead of wishing for immortality, he wishes for panties. Like what kind of person will do that? It's insane. Well, she's not exactly a person, but you get it. So this guy is already dead, and Goku got rid of the remainings. Like so there's nothing left. And there's no physical proof of his body, and he and Bulma head to Grandpa Ohan's house. He has the Dragon Ball already, but they head there to rest for a while. Let's say they collected the other Dragon Ball on this way, and they then head to Kame House from there. In Bulma's, I don't know, she has maybe some small vessels or small tiny ship or something in a capsule. So they head to Kame House because at this time I think that she didn't know how to fly. She wouldn't even have a car, but Goku will probably fly her around. But this time, if it's not necessary, if she has some kind of small boat, they will go by boat instead of Goku just flying all the time because he's already tired of carrying her around. You have to remember this Bulma is like three. Let's for a moment. See, she is 14 years old. So he's 14 years old, Bulma. They get here to Kame House. Goku gives the magazines, gets the Dragon Ball. They go back to some island, like this island, to make the wish. And that's it. The wish, the dragon is called. They called forth the dragon. Shenron with, well, why is searching the stuff that I searched before? That's really annoying. I just want to search for Shenron on Google. You don't get it right. Okay, so now they got for good old Shenron, and Shenron says that he cannot grant the wish because he cannot find a perfect couple for someone. If someone is beyond his power, Goku pretty much asked him not as a wish, but just to know which part of the wish was failing and it was dead. So Goku instead only asks for a perfect body, an optimal body condition, and for both he and Bulma, and immortality for the both of them. Bulma is okay with it. She's like, well, I won't get old later on, like when When I'm over 25, no one will notice that I have sort of age beyond that, or age beyond 22 or something, so it will be helpful. Like, I think that it is a good idea, Goku, so let's go with it. And the wish is done. Goku uses his Keyblade to cool off his, like, a small injury on the palm of his hand, and it quickly regenerates. So he's pleased by it, and then he offers sort of approach his blade to Bulma, and Bulma takes a step back, and he's like, try it. Try to cut yourself a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, very carefully, because this can cut your arm. So she slightly touches with her thumb the blade, like approaching her thumb to the blade very slightly, and feels this pain. Moves her head quickly, like retracts her hand backwards towards her, and the blood sort of enters back into the injury, and it closes itself up, leaving nothing behind. And she's like, "Whoa, incredible!" But that's not the most incredible thing. The most incredible thing is that the Goku who offered this doesn't look like a kid anymore. He is sort of growing. As she looks at him, he's growing, like slowly growing and adapting, like the wish is turning him into an optimal physical condition. So it's turning him into an adult, but not age. So because that's the optimal for Goku, not to be a kid, but like grow up, right? So he starts growing up, like by a second, his clothing breaks up, and Bulma looks aside and covers her face. But she's still growing too, grows like a few centimeters, maybe 5, 6, or 8 centimeters, maybe 10 centimeters, of up to 15 perhaps. I don't think that she will grow that much, but she still grows. Her clothing still stands up, but Goku's we want because his musculature grows up, his height is a lot larger than before, so now he's pretty much naked and just goes like, whoa, what are you doing now? This is so weird. Even my clothing being morphled too, I guess that, that, is, that if it's immortal, it won't regenerate anymore. What's going on? This is so weird. Hey Bulma, don't you have any clothing? And then she's like, you're a pervert, or whatever, something like that. Sort of blushing and just looking away. And Goku's like, come on, give me, like, you don't have clothing for yourself, maybe that will fit me, like, give me some, I don't know, something. So she throws a capsule and picks up one of those flexible running trousers, like they're made with this artificial sort of textile, like running. This is how it's written. Anyway, running trousers like this thing, like she she gives like this kind of thing, like this, the joggers. And probably Goku puts it on and is barely like about to break. Like he probably cannot even stand that because his legs are a lot larger than Bulma's. So probably like ultimate body condition for Goku is the Goku we see in Dragon Ball Z. So he will look like Goku Black. No, what the hell? No, he will look like probably not like this, because optimal body condition for Goku, let's say that he looks like this. Okay? His arms are like freaking legs. Like someone's legs. And he looks like this, at least on a minimum. So his legs are still like a lot wider than Bulma's. So he puts that on and barely can even stand it. Like the trouser, just like the jogger is like about to break, but it doesn't break. So then he's like, well, this is enough for me. So I'm going to go somewhere and buy myself clothing because now nothing can stand this this new growth. Like it all will break anyway. So like all the clothing that he had and doesn't work, and that pisses him off because he needs to throw it into the trash pretty much. He should have wished for that too, but for immortal clothing, but that doesn't work that easily. So, okay, when I'm searching like that, it's so absurd. Let's see if it's recording or not. It will be a mess if it didn't. Too many video samples, disturbing samples to create the same from the video. What the hell is that? No, but okay, whoa. 515 megabytes. I will compress it later, don't worry. You will be able to watch it without waiting for an hour or something. So, okay. So, Goku has his pants, the pants of 14-year-old Bulma, like she had somehow around. But now 14-year-old Bulma pretty much looks like. Yeah, she looks like. She probably still looks like that. Because it's not, she won't look like a cartoon inside the Dragon Ball world. It will be weird. We will look, we will look her as a cartoon, but she will probably look like this. Something like, yeah, like that. Maybe like it will be 15 centimeters taller, something like that. It will grow a little bit, but will be fine. Apart from that, so they leave this island right here. Well, is it a recording though? The cursor too? Because if it's not, that's really messed up. Like, I hope it is doing it. Holy crap. I hope. Uh, can I go back and check? Well, anyway, I will risk it. I will risk it, okay? I will say the location too, just in case, because I'm not sure if it's recording them where I'm aiming at. So, is the island which is southwest of Kame House, which is on the right low part of the map. That's helpful. So anyway, I'm going to go this. No, but no, I remember that I selected an option, so it should work. It should work. I hope it does. I'm going to go on. Forgive me if it doesn't. If it's not, if if you cannot see where I'm aiming at with the cursor, with the arrow, whatever. Well, it's not an arrow, but anyway. So they leave back home, and Goku goes to his home. Bulma goes to hers, and her father and mother are remarkably surprised by her change. She looks like she's 20 for somehow. Ultimate body condition. This means grown up but not age in any way. So she will be quite a difference. She will have quite a difference. Now there's the thing that Yamcha would have followed them if he could, but since they fly around, he wouldn't be able to. But he knows who is Bulma, so he may end up going to West Capital, searching for her, just because he likes her, likes her that much. But now Bulma may like Goku because Goku is not goofy at all. It's more closer to Vegeta, and now he looks like this, but not aged. Probably he looks fine enough for Bulma. Yeah, probably he looks like that, but without this weird hair, like normal hair. So probably she's attracted to him. Very likely. Before now, but it's very likely. Hmm. So I'm going to end this first part here because this is where the first arc ends, the first wish, and then we are going to have more action and the typical escalation that we see in Dragon Ball to a certain extent. So I hope you like it. I'm going to upload and let's see if I can make another one today. That would be great. So please, because many people may forget, remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, because that way the algorithm will recommend more videos of this channel probably, so you can see them when I upload them or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's useful like to have a subscription if you want to watch more videos like this. So, mm, goodbye, and may the key be with you.
Hello, and I'm back with What if Goku was Conqueror and ENTJ? In the last part, there was the meeting with Bulma and gathering the Dragon Balls, then wishing for immortality and perfect body condition. He managed to convince Bulma that was the right way to do it. In this part, Goku is dating Bulma. Goku now, instead of looking like a kid anymore, thanks to the perfect body condition, he probably looks like this with blonde hair. So he still likes Bulma, especially now that he's developed fully and he doesn't have brain damage because he didn't hit his head. So he's probably going to act more like a normal Saiyan race on Earth. Will probably like Bulma. She's brave, she's smart, and this Goku values being smart. And well, she's not very strong, but she can be with some wish to the Dragon Balls, perhaps. Well, also she is immortal. That helps. So he heads over to from all over here, from all over here to here, and asks her for a date, which looks like Goku going up to her, and he's like, "Do you want to blow up the mountains together?" And she's like, "What? Make great giant craters by blasting the ground. Um, is that you asking me for a date?" She sort of, well, the one on the right is like, "Oh, how cute." But you know that girls don't like that normally. Normally. Oh, I wouldn't have kids then. How weird. Anyway, it's just like, no, 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 let's go to a cinema or something. What is a cinema? Hmm. Is that where you more people train? And then she's like, no, no, that's not. Hmm. How weird. Anyway, Bulma, let's go. This Goku will probably speak like that because he's tough Goku. More than he's. Yes, it's another Goku. No brain damage, perfect body condition, so probably going to be Not a perfect Saiyan, but close enough. Oh, there's a bee outside. Huh, interesting. Now, months will pass by, and Goku, because he's a prideful, prideful guy, this one especially, he won't want to live in Capsule Corp with Bulma, even though she will say like, "Hey, let's go live there." And we have a lot of rooms, uh, way too many rooms, so you could go there and live there. And Goku's like, "No, no, no, I'm too prideful to do." Whoa, seriously? Someone made a? Oh my goodness, someone made one. Can you believe that? Anyway, the thing is that he will, instead of going to live here, which is this really large building that doesn't look so large because probably the basement is gigantic, he will go live around them. Whoa, 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 whoa. And probably about here because there's low population around the coast. Normally there's more people, and here there's a big city too. So he will probably end up around here, and he will just commute, just fly like this, and that's it. That's probably enough. And he will use one of those capsule houses. Um, yeah, one of those things. He will live in one of those things, and that's it. Okay. So you may be wondering if he wants to take over the world, why isn't he doing that right now? He's mortal. His power level is probably at 220 because of the perfect body condition and his training. So why not do it? Like why would he do it right now? He could. He's immortal. So why is he in a hurry to do it? Why do it now? Instead, he has a better idea. He's not Pilaf. He's not King Piccolo. He doesn't want to do it to take over the world in a forced sort of manner. He thinks that an organic way will be better, a sort of natural way of taking over the world. He will, in his house around here, write a book about control and flying, how to fly, about also how to feel key. So it will be those three things. He will include the Kamehameha wave, but he will make the book in about 2 months without sleeping or anything, and sort of check it again and again, and then give it to some people to try to read it. And 4 or 5 months later, it will be ready, and this guy Goku will start to become one of the world's most famous persons because well, let's say whoa, let's go to let's check what's it, because only a few months later, well, a few months later, or 4 months after the book is published, let's say that it's been like 9 months ever since the point in which he made his wish for immortality. So a city, instead of looking like this and some flying cars, whoa, what's this? Come on, no. And some flying cars, it will have a bunch of flying people, and those flying people will be sort of like groups, like flying like pigeons, because if someone falls, they can grab that person. so they will fly around and fly around, and the world will be transformed because now everybody can know. Now that everybody that practice the knowledge in that book, which by now, thanks to Boom's help, will have a lot of marketing, will have over 1 million sales worldwide, and let's say that one of every 50% people that learn that read that book can actually learn to fly within 4 months or so. So you will be you will be dealing with 20,000 people at least, right? 20,000? Yeah, why not? Okay, 20,000 people who now can fly, and that let's say that one out of five people who read the book can actually figure out how to sort of fill key. So to a certain extent, because that's probably a bit easier. So you will have a lot of people filling key, and they will detect this guy as the strongest one on Earth by now, with a power level of over 500, probably thanks to his immortality and harder training right now. Probably, well, yeah, 500, let's say. So they will start to consider Goku as the greatest warrior on Earth, and he will have a lot of annoying people showing up at his house here, but he will probably have a security company by now, and the security company will be set up because remember that, well, I didn't say that, I think that he needs a security company set up so he can have a private army in order to take over the world instead of doing it by himself. He will have Mercenary Tao, Yamcha, perhaps even Krillin, and people like that to form a sort of private army for him. And right now he will have normal security wards, like normal, typical mall protecting security wards around his house, maybe two of them, like far away. Those guys will know about he to a certain extent, and they can still be defeated by the fans, but they won't do it because they know that that will annoy too much the guy who is inside, who is the strongest on Earth. They can feel it. They're pretty sure that that's the case, especially since they approach him, and some fans of his book and his martial arts type of school of king will go there just to make sure that he really is what people say about him, that he's that strong, and this guy is that strong. He's a guy who came out of nowhere. Presumably, he was said to just appear out of nowhere because he didn't exist before. It's like there was a kid who looked similar to him, but it's impossible. And that kid was probably his son, but still. And Goku ends up explaining that he's a Saiyan. He came from another planet a long time ago, and he's just living there because his entire race was destroyed by an evil tyrant, and everybody's like, "Whoa, he's an alien." That doesn't mean that he's an illegal alien. Someone jokes, and then others are like, "Ha ha ha, how funny." Goku being illegal in any way. He cannot be. Anyway, if someone is a citizen of Earth, it's this guy, because he has a lot of fans now. Too many fans, perhaps, but they wouldn't annoy him way too much because he's just extroverted and he likes to talk to his fans once he's not in his house writing his next book or the expansion to his book or his training. Once he's not doing one of each thing is okay. So, or with Bulma, when he's with Bulma, he probably powers down, so no one can know that it's him. But still, really hilarious. Famous Goku here, huh? Who would have thought that, huh? A lot of people, but it's hilarious still. So, the day of the next wish arrives, and this time Goku wishes for that he should have wished back in the day, but didn't because he didn't give it much thought, and he was more thinking into giving Bulma something which she will need beyond what she will want. And immortality is something she will need since I don't know, she's so weak in terms of power level that it's a miracle that she didn't die before meeting him. So immortality will help her. So he was glad to make that wish, but it was mainly done because he likes Bulma. But now he will make a proper wish, and the proper wish is for the already established in other what ifs library of knowledge. Dragon Library of Knowledge. That Dragon Library of Knowledge updates itself thanks to a sort of genie kind of entity that keeps searching for more information or just updates itself with by other methods by not taking any form, just sort of picking up information. And it has limits. For example, it cannot enter the mind of a god to check what are they thinking, but or someone really powerful sometimes, but it can obtain a lot of information. And then Goku can access that information, and if it's a technique, can detect it as a technique that is including the wish, and he can introspect or sort of integrate the knowledge into him. So he can, the first things he makes is learning how to teleport. Yes, instant transmission. And the second thing that he learns is stuff about the Saiyans. So he figures out about the Super Saiyan, but he knows that he won't power him up too much, so he doesn't decide to learn it. Instead, he figures out about the Super Saiyan God, and he figures out that he wants to learn that state, and that is just Goku in a Saiyan. So pretty much, so he he integrates that knowledge, and the library of knowledge teaches him how to transform into a form similar to Yamoshi's, the original Super Saiyan God. That Goku turns into Super Saiyan God now. His power level is about 500, and from let's say 550 or so, 580, 580, alright? So once you multiply that by 2000 or something of the sort, due to this transformation, even if it's 2000, it's not going to make a real dent. Like, yes, it's 1.1 million, and well, it's anyway, it's 1.16 million, I think. Anyway, so let's say that's 1 million. I'm not going to make all those calculations right now because I know that I'm a person who uses a calculator for everything. So over a million, let's say, at maximum. That's very weak. Why so weak? Because this thing is not a level of power. It's just his body working at a very optimal condition because he has Goki now, and Goki is more powerful. naturally more powerful than his normal ki. So his overall power just seems to multiply, pretty much. But it's multiplying a very small value, so he will still be really weak right now. And he knows that. But still, he learns other two techniques to power himself up further. One is something to draw more power and increase his power further beyond his normal limits is a sort of dragon, a sort of Shenron Kaioken. Shenron's version of the Kaioken, which doesn't look like Kaioken at all. It looks like nothing, like he just powers up. It looks like he's powering up normally because he's a perfected form of the Kaioken and doesn't need to change his aura or anything weird like that. And then another one to contain energy, sort of create a barrier around his body and figure out how to avoid all this leakage of this, all this leakage around here, all this is leaking energy, maybe it's flowing back, it's probably leaking. So instead it will be, well, this looks very slim compared with the other Goku. He will look more bulky, but still, although the energy will be very close to his body, and will form a barrier so it wouldn't leak. Now the thing is, let's say that his energy normally takes about two days to fully recover, or a day. If he can retain 100 times more, it will take like at least 4 months, or yeah, pretty much, depending on how much we are dealing with in terms of days to normally recover his full power. So, in this case, to reach his full power, since his full power will be 100 times higher if he uses that technique, let's say, or 10 times or 1,000 times, doesn't it depends. But he will take that same amount to get to that power. So that's not that good. He would prefer he will yes he will have it, but he would prefer to have more overall power so he can keep training because otherwise he will need to wait for months just to reach his full power of 330 and something thousand, or probably with training 80,000 or something. So that wouldn't be good. Instead, he wants to improve faster, so he's always in Saiyan God and Kaioken type of power up, and so with some energy containment to avoid tiring himself down too much, and just training normally like Kamehamehas and Keyblades, Keyblade, stuff like this, the energy blade or the Keyblade, this thing or this thing, because that is very useful in combat. So this Goku now has become invisible to the rest of the Earthlings most of the time. And well, where's he? Oh, here. I'm searching for the Super Saiyan God one. A moment. Okay, so he will keep powering up. All the while he uses some of his time to date Bulma and this one anyway. And he powers down probably to normal form so no one sees him in this form, which will be weird. And since he knows a lot about science, he doesn't know that Frieza destroyed his planet, by the way, by now, because he has a library of knowledge. But since he knows about the location of all other Saiyans, he searched for it, for all other Saiyans. He knows about this guy, and about this guy. So he will search for them and find them here in Vampa. He will teleport there using something similar to the Kai. Right now, thinking about that if he learns so many techniques each time that he learns forcefully a technique by using his wish, what happens is that his mind is modified to adapt to that technique. So that loses a little bit of him, so if he doesn't want to learn too many things, he learns instant transmission because it seems easy. He learns Kai to teleport to any place because maybe the instant transmission wasn't good, so he learned both of them, and he wants to have instant transmission, so he'll teach it to someone else. Then there is the Super Saiyan God, or Saiyan God, let's say, the God Key thing. And finally, in the other two, like the energy containment and the Kaioken, Dragon Kaioken type of power up. But he really doesn't have much of anything else aside from that. But he still wants to train with Broly. He will go to Pampa, find Broly and Paragus, and stand before them in his normal base form, like this, but with black hair and the tail somewhere because he never cut it off. And they will recognize him as a Saiyan, only dressed like this, in this strange clothing. Oh, I'm sick of something. Alright, but it's not COVID. Anyway, so the whole Paragus will stand around and Broly sort of eating something and looking at him with curiosity and then approaching in a jump, just by jumping towards him and standing close by. And Paragus will ask, "Who are you? Were you sent by King Vegeta?" Goku will know that what happened to those two and will say, I found out about what King Vegeta did to you too, and I'm sorry that the king of our king will do such a thing. I have to tell you that the planet was destroyed by Frieza. He proceeded to add other Saiyans to his army and then hunted down some of them. That will be true, probably in some cases, but regardless, that will be believable, and maybe Goku will say it to convince them that to not join to Frieza's side. So, I have to, and then Paragus will interrupt. Oh, who do you serve? How did you go here? Oh, please, allow me to explain, Mr. Paragus. My name is Goku. I was raised on Earth instead of on planet Vegeta. I am the second strongest Saiyan in existence right now, behind your son, obviously. And let's say that I want to train with your son to become stronger. So in exchange for that, I'm willing to take you out of here. But you must remain away from Frieza. He destroyed planet Vegeta in part in order to make sure that no one, like your son, could ever threaten him. So your son will be in danger if Frieza ever finds out. Or Frieza will be in danger, it depends. Paragus smirks and is like, I will do it. I will go with you. We will go with you. Broly! And Broly is nearby, barely a few meters, so he turns to Broly, and Broly looks to him. I was like, hmm. Then he takes fighting position to train with Goku, and the fight starts. Goku just uses his base form because he understands that the Saiyan God thing is a multiplier, and if he transforms to Saiyan God, then Broly won't know just how strong he is. So there's no need for it. He doesn't do it. Besides, it's dishonorable to do it. Broly doesn't know about the form, so he will fight him in his normal base form. Black hair here. So kind of like that. And Broly will be far stronger. And in this case, he's using a time 10 multiplier to his power, or time 20 even. So his power, since he was training for let's say a month or so, a month, instead of being like 590, is probably naturally like 3,000 or something like that, 3 or 4,000. And then because he was enthusiastic about training, probably training about around here like a lot, and he wouldn't do anything against Broly really. Even with a 10 times multiplier, he will still be super weak, and Broly will just have some fun. At the beginning, he will be weaker, but then after 20 or 30 seconds, he will just power up and will call Goku back easily. So they will keep having a sort of friendly fight. Broly doesn't get to be pushed and knows that Goku is not trying to kill him. Goku is not being hostile towards him, is being friendly. So this Broly is not going to go into wrath state. He's not going to turn into this. He's not trying to. Goku is not trying to kill him. So why would he do it? He could do it just to impress Goku, but he doesn't need it because he's already impressing Goku just by being himself. I mean, by being just normal base Broly. Just he's a monster of a guy. In Dragon Ball Super, he will be like a lot decades later. He will be a lot stronger, but even now, Broly, in this young Broly, because remember that he's about 19 years old. He's 19 years old, Broly. He is still going to be very strong. He had a power level of 10,000. 10,000 when he was a literal baby in his pod. So now, while fighting Goku, he will be a monster of a guy. He's the perfect training, the perfect friend to train with because it doesn't matter how strong you get, he will always be stronger than you in his base form. Pretty much. At least if Goku stays in base form, it's definitely way stronger. So, great guy, like, excellent. Now, Goku will end his training after several hours of fighting session, like 2 or 3 hours, and then he will reward both Broly and Paragus for that with taking them to Earth, because he also enjoys the possibility that Broly could somehow go rogue on Earth, and then he will have to use his full power and then save Earth from it and become a hero. So even then, he still has a plan. Even if things go wrong, you still will become the hero of Earth anyway. So great thing. Regardless, if not, well, then he has a friend on Earth. That's great. So Goku is glad, and he takes his new friend, new best friend, Broly best friend, to Earth. And Paragus 2. He carries them to sort of a house like this, somewhere in the middle of a forest or something, and tells them the rules that they should not hurt any Earthling because they are important to him. Paragus doesn't understand why, that doesn't make sense, but he will obey the the Saiyans' orders to a certain extent because he's glad that he is in a proper planet now and he's being treated like some kind of guest, with a proper house and food and pretty much anything that he wanted. He said that he doesn't have his revenge, but anyway, at least King Vegeta is dead, so that's something. Now, after the training with Broly, probably Goku's Saiyan heritage sort of woke up a little bit, and his power, instead of being like maybe 8,000, and well, 8,000. Mm, let's say that his power is 9,000 in baseball right now, because he asked Broly to go hard on him, sort of build him up or something, and that nothing will happen to him. Broly cannot kill him. That's when Paragus realizes that he has a regenerative power because his injuries just heal back very quickly, but still, he's 9,000 in baseball. But he won't do that kind of training very often because it's very painful. So he will stay sort of improving at a regular way, not a violent kind of does have fun fighting to for real, Broly kind of thing. It's dangerous to do it, especially as Broly draws more power and he becomes angrier. He could go into something like this, and Goku knows it. If he transforms into this, he won't be able to stop him. There's no way. That he knows right now. So this Goku starts to write his next book, or let's say because the second book was about the one that was probably small, was about defending against Kiblas, sort of like grabbing Kiblas and sort of punching them away or something. And because they only knew how to fly, how to power up and down, how to feel ki, but they knew how to defend themselves. So he told them that in that book, and now Goku will be trying to learn something else. Well, trying to learn actually this form, because he knows that it exists. He knows that it's not a Saiyan form; it's a fighter form, something that very powerful martial artists achieve, that angels have. So he will go after the closest angel, or sort of try to will identify the closest angel, or the angel who is more vulnerable to for him to get information from. And he's not a threat. He will search for mirrors because he will identify mirrors as an angel and will request to the library of knowledge mentally to figure out how does this power works because he wants to learn it. He wants to have the power for himself to integrate that knowledge. So what he does is the library of knowledge and scans mirrors, sort of graces mirrors, sort of his skin, and tries to figure out what is his energy signature. But it turns out that Goku needs to push him, to sort of push him to use his true power in order to for the library of knowledge to record how does a power works, how does his energy move, how does all of it works, or at least do it with Whis, sort of go to Whis and do the same thing. But it's very dangerous because Whis could alert Virus, and maybe Virus will eliminate him for some reason. So he will go to Mirrors instead. He will over there and go like, "Hey, I want to, train with you." And Mirrors will be like, I'm a Galactic Patrol officer. I cannot train you." It's saying, "Oh, strange. I didn't knew there were Saiyans." Like, yes, I'm a Saiyan from North. I live there. Oh, well, yes, I remember. There was a certain patrolman who was sent to kill a Saiyan from North. I guess he failed. And then Goku's like, yeah. Well, no. Oh, this Goku, no. Will be like, more like this Goku. But not age at all. No, wouldn't have this sort of aging sign here. And he will be like, yeah, definitely. Definitely he fell, and I'm glad. I'm glad he did. So Mirrors has up to this is only a few months after the wish, like 3 months or something like that. And he has written his third book, and his third book is about entities. It's about people like Frieza. It's about the Frieza Force. It's about the ruler of the galaxy. It's about the angels. About all of that stuff. About the destroyer god. About the nature of the Saiyans. And all of that is sort of secret knowledge to a certain extent. Because he wants them to know, especially about Beerus, about the destroyer, just in case he shows up. So, then where's Mirrors? I'm searching for him right now. Okay, so this guy will tell Goku that if he helps him deal with some criminals or something, at least once in a while, once he calls for him, then he will sort of train him. Will train him at least to be a patrolman or a sort of half no half but occasional freelance patrolman kind of thing. And then Goku agrees to it, but for some missions specifically, like at least for 1 or 2 missions, and only if the missions are very difficult. If not, he probably will just find someone else to do it and not do it himself. Mirza agrees. Difficult missions, alright, Goku. Fair enough. Or Kakarot. How do I call you, Goku or Kakarot? It's like, well, my real name is Kakarot, but everyone calls me Goku, and I prefer that name because it's the one my surrogate parent gave me, Grandpa Gohan. So, um, he will be given this symbol. Where is it? The symbol from the Galactic Patrol and the uniform to wear it once the time is right, and will tell Goku to not do Saiyan things like blowing people up or or anything like that. And he will do a first mission in the Galactic Patrol, which will probably consist on getting some weak space criminal, like, I don't know. Let's see if we find someone around here who could look like a space criminal aside from this guy. I don't know. Like somebody. I don't know. Imagine an space drug cartel, something like that. So he also to the space drug cartel and just does the mafu on them. Yeah, he learns the mafu. Not that difficult. It's a very simple technique, and you probably learn something like a second or something. Like yeah, like, maybe like a second, just because like library of knowledge, mafu. It's like, oh, I get it. It's so simple. That it's not even scary to learn it. So he uses Mafua to train to trap the criminals, and then delivers the jars to Mirrors, and Mirrors is like, what? Well, I didn't harm them. I dropped them here. You open the seal and they would just show up. It's a lot easier. Ah, Goku. Well, anyway, at least you did it, and you didn't kill them like Saiyan would. So I guess you earned my respect. No, I will train you. So when Goku turns into his Saiyan God state, about and starts to power up using his Kaioken like thing. So he turns into this, and his aura sort of is really close to his body, like a sort of barrier, and his power keeps growing. If before it was about 8,000 to a million, 16 million in Super Saiyan God or Saiyan God, with multiplied, I'm saying, well, 160 or because he's a sort of Kaioken type of times 10 kind of thing, and very perfected. Or let's say that 20 times, so 320 million. Was quite strong. Not very strong, but for me it's surprising that Saiyan can use Goku. It's still very amazing in the sense. So he goes serious and they start training, and Goku wants to learn from him. It's not just average training. He tells him the truth. He wants to learn Ultra Instinct. He wants to be the greatest martial artist. So he wants them Ultra Instinct. And Mirrors tells him how the hell does he know that he can use Ultra Instinct? And then Goku answers that he wished for knowledge back in the day. So he knows that how angels look like, and he's an angel, and angels know that kind of technique, and he wants to learn that technique from him. So Mirrors mm, decides to think it through first, and then they get to hyperbolic time chamber kind of thing that he had, and then he turns into this kind of form, like a normal angel, sort of like, yeah, pretty much like that. Yes, uses and whoa, no. He uses and stuff and so on, and starts to train Goku. Then Goku realizes the moment that he uses Ultra Instinct to punch him, his library of knowledge picks up on Mirrors using Ultra Instinct to actually fight, and how does he move, and quickly picks up his energy and what is he doing, and a moment later, like an instant later, Goku doesn't want to hide it from him, so he turns into this form right away, like this form. And Mirrors is like, it can be. How is that possible? I just punched you for the first time, and well, I punched you for the first time in this form, like using my real power, and you just turned into a master of Ultra Instinct. How's that possible? That doesn't make sense. And then Goku sort of smirks in back in gold form because Ultra Instinct sort of felt weird, and it's like, huh, I know the average Saiyan, you know. Huh, you are not dealing with the average Saiyan anymore. Oh, how about it, friend? Let's train. Mirus is like, you will be a great patrolman, even for a Saiyan. And sort of nearly, not doesn't seem to smile totally, but for a moment it's like, I'm glad. That's because Mirror's, if he trains Goku, look at it from Mirror's perspective, he wants to fight for justice, but he cannot do it because if he does it with his true power, then he will be deleted, he will die. So to be able to do it, he needs to train somebody who can truly become very strong, and then that somebody can fight for justice, even if it is occasionally, even if it is once in a while, even if he tends to trap people into jars. It's a lot better than not having somebody to help you out in case that you need to use more power than a regular powerful trollman pretending to be a mortal. So this guy will do it. He will train Goku, but he will put all of those rules that Goku cannot, things that Goku cannot do, like he cannot exterminate entire planets. He cannot do those kind of things. I think Goku said that he wants to rule over his planet and he wants to be a ruler, but he won't hurt anybody while doing it. To take power. Mirrors is suspicious of that, but taking if coup d'etats are not illegal in the sense that people even care about them. Like for example, the Galaxy Patrol won't care about somebody just wanting to have political power over a planet. Well, they will care if someone wants to make a mass murder or something, or they want to conquer the planet Saiyan style, or they want to do all those things or steal like a lot of materials from the planet. They will care, but it's not their responsibility. Planets have their politics, and politics is something they don't mess up with too much. They're they're below their level, so Mirrors wouldn't really care if Goku wants to rule the Earth, as long as he's being nice about it. So he still trains him. He trains him in Ultra Instinct, and Goku sometimes turns into this form, other times turns into Ultra Instinct Omen. Ooh, I'm writing with my hand because Ultra Instinct Omen is a lesser form that maybe he can sustain for longer, but still, he will do it and he will use uh, his ability to avoid energy leakage and his immortality to maintain this form for longer and longer and longer and longer as he keeps training. Now the thing is that using this form, even though he uses it for only the original Goku will use Kaioken times 20 like for a second or something. Each time he uses it, it causes a lot of damage and a lot of strain, and that strain and damage rises his power because it has Senkai boost. This is way too much power to handle. This is something that if he weren't using his technique for energy containment and his perfect key control thanks to the dragon, he will literally explode from all that energy because his body is not ready to this technique to handle this, that his mind is enough, so he will do it. After hours and hours and hours and days of training, probably inside the time chamber, maybe not days, but they will go in and out. Goku will be able to remain in this form for probably nearly all the time, or at least in this form, probably nearly all the time if you want to. But will feel weird and will feel weakened and will need to use his willpower to keep going. But the longer he remains in this, or the longer he remains in this, the longer he adapts, and but he's becoming so good at it then just standing around in this form won't make him stronger anymore. In the sense that yes, he's stronger because he's in Ultra Instinct, but he won't get a Senkai boost out of it because he's no longer pretty much trying to obliterate his body with every movement. He does get really tired and weakened and just by throwing a punch, but there's no damage. He just consumes a lot of power and his soul is just not ready for it. Just way too much. This is very extreme because it's about a minimum of 1,000 times, 500 to 2,000 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, and he doesn't have Super Saiyan. Okay, so that will be pretty much, let's say that's 5,000 times, or even up to 10,000 times, or depends. And stronger than than the than a Super Saiyan Blue, very powered up, probably. It depends in the multiply that Super Saiyan Blue has, because it could be from 10 times barely powered up to 100, because that will be more like Super Saiyan 2 Blue, but you don't notice the difference. And Perfected Super Saiyan Blue is even more powerful. It's like several times, maybe 10 times. Take into account that in Perfected Super Saiyan Blue in the Dragon Ball universe is like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. It's kind of like that. It's that sort of close kind of power. So if Goku is very happy that Mirror's helping, and then Mirrors will help him on a speed dial or something, and he will call him once he needs help, which with some criminal. So Goku will just teleport to him and just help him out. That's pretty much it. And he's happy with it. It's a fun job. Sort of like you get to fight the strong guys, and they're really wacky, strange guys. So he's glad to have that job there. The occasional job sort of wearing this thing on his uniform and helping out. Though Mirrors doesn't trust Broly because Broly is a very dangerous Saiyan, but knows that Goku is strong enough to stop him. Right now, let's say that his base power, thanks to using the Ultra Instinct, multiply itself by 50 times because he had a lot of potential. So let's say that, no, by 100 times. Let's say 100, no, 50 only, okay. It was at 8 to 9,000, and then went to 9, well, no, it can be, well, 4.5 million, okay. So it's stronger than when he was Namek in base form, when he fought Frieza in the original. But he's strong enough to sort of push Broly around for a couple minutes in his base form now, and then sort of give Broly a proper challenge, at least while he's not even trying to power up. But once he does power up, there's no way that Goku in his base form, not least in his base form, can do anything. He will just get pretty much obliterated if Broly went really serious on him. And at least Broly manages to hurt Goku and stays there. Doesn't try to obliterate him even if he could. But still, and nearly another year has gone by. And right now we are let's take a look at the timeline. Take a look at the timeline. The whole thing didn't start here, okay? It started like 2 years earlier. So right now, there's been like we are nearly at the start of Dragon Ball, really, like right now, because there's been 1 year, there's been one wish, then the second wish, and now we are approaching the year in which Dragon Ball was supposed to start originally. And And Goku is already that strong, and Broly is already around. That's strange. So right now, Goku, what he's going to do is going to try. Whoa, 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 whoa! He's working for them. Whoa, what is this? He's working for the patrol. Okay, it's recording. Yeah, he's working for the patrol, so he technically needs to detain criminals. And his idea is to take Vegeta away from Frieza. Now, well, he cannot honorably defeat Frieza. That's why he told Mirrors that he cannot honorably take revenge on Frieza. He also could destroy him, could trap him, but he cannot do it honorably. Why? Because he has that power thanks to the dragon, so if he defeats at least the Super Saiyan God and all that stuff, thanks to the dragon, so if he defeats Frieza like that, he wouldn't beat him like a proper Saiyan. So to defeat Frieza, he wants to do it in his base form. Or at least he wants to give Frieza a heads up of a year or 2 years so Frieza can prepare and train for him for 2 years or something and so he has a chance to have a proper fight with him. So Goku, since fighting Frieza in his base form doesn't make much sense, he shows up and not like this. Okay, he shows up on a Frieza ship. He teleports to him. Frieza here. He teleports to him using his Kai, and Frieza is like this, like this, kind of like this, and his without that nothing. Okay, he's in he on his chair, sort of kind of thing, sort of watching the space outside in his ship, in his spaceship, and Goku teleports to him and is like, Frieza, I'm challenging you. As a Saiyan who survived the destruction of Planet Vegeta by you, I'm going to challenge you to a fight. Goku does know that Frieza is a lot stronger than this. He doesn't know that this is his true form because the dragon knew about it. The dragon is very old. He has all the knowledge. So he will still want Frieza to power up, and Frieza will find it sort of annoying in a sense because that Saiyan is sort of showing up, and he will be like, Saiyan, why are you here? Do you think you're here to die by any chance, really? How did you teleport here? Oh, I guess I will have to have a conversation with the Charodratians. Lord. Lord Frieza, don't say that. I am the Super Saiyan God. And Frieza opens his eyes wide for a moment, then the Super Saiyan God. How hilarious. You are the Super Saiyan God. He already stands away from his chair and sort of walks towards Goku, who is standing around on the ship. All the while, the words they somehow, for some reason, cannot move because Goku is keeping them in place. Goku taking into account that he is in his base form, but he still can do it. Our level 4.5 million. So Frieza takes off his scouter and tries to measure Goku and explodes. He's like, I guess I will have to use my final form with you. Congratulations. Telling Goku is like, Frieza, we shouldn't fight here. I will wreck the ship. I think we should fight somewhere else. Where did you propose? Any planet? I really don't care. Huh, fair enough. Take us to the closest suitable planet. One which doesn't belong to me, of course. We don't want to damage our own goods. Then Goku and Frieza stand around in a deserted planet. Imagine some kind of desert or something like on those lines. Deserted planet which is pretty much worthless, and they fight. Well, like Goku sort of launches himself in base form towards Frieza, but powered up 10 times with his powered up sort of Kaioken perfect kind of thing. So instead of 4.5 million after all that training with mirrors and Ultra Instinct wrecking his body and Senkai boost, is 45 million. That's very impressive even to Frieza. Frieza is sort of impressed, but then he powers up to 60 million and starts beating up Goku. Goku enjoys the challenge and sort of defends himself quite well. And later, Frieza realizes that Goku is healing himself, and Goku explains that he has a technique to heal himself. He's alive, he's immortal, but he doesn't want Frieza to know because he hasn't. He shouldn't know just in case, because he could figure out about the Dragon Ball somehow. Goku realizes that he cannot defeat Frieza in his base form just like he thought. He ramps up his power further to 90 million by using his Kaioken type of thing even further, and he is not quite enough. So then he contains more and more energy within his aura to ramp up his power as he stands around talking to Frieza, and Frieza talking to him about him joining him and working for him because he already starts to admire that Saiyan by just how strong he is. He is quite strong. So then Goku, yes, has accumulated about 120, 130 million because the key is not leaking and he's powering up. Kaioken at times 10 now, but powering up and accumulating more power. That tires him down a little bit, but it's nothing compared with Ultra Instinct. There's Goku jams towards this Frieza, no, this planet, but on some desertic planet. And they start to fight again, and Goku pushes Frieza back, forcing Frieza to turn into his form like Frieza full power, this. And then they keep fighting, but Frieza hasn't stand a chance, and it's Goku. So then but this Goku is losing power also because with every key attack that he has to deviate away, he loses some power that he had accumulated that is not leaking, but then at that moment he needs to use it to sort of reflect the attack away. But still, in Frieza becomes weaker and weaker and weaker in this form, and he loses power. That he becomes so tired that he can barely even move. He just stands around the ground, and then Goku simply tells him, "Well, you gave me a proper challenge, Frieza. I will give you 1 year. As a Saiyan I am, I will give you 1 year, or let's say no, let's be generous, 2 years. I give you 2 years to prepare. I give you 2 years to become strong enough and perhaps even far stronger to be able to challenge me. If you manage to, after 2 years, to make me bleed at least a little bit in my full power form, then I will just ignore you. I won't try to fight you again. I will stand aside from you not necessarily from your man, but from you. I will make it as if you weren't there for me. But if you cannot do it, I will destroy you, and I will fulfill my vengeance on you for destroying my parents, for destroying my planet, and for being evil. So Frieza sort of smirks and is like, hmm. Then Goku's like, don't think about destroying this planet. That won't be enough. You know like Conqueror, right? Oh, yeah, I know. So Frieza just stands back up in his... Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. In his normal form, like this, his true form, now powered down and weakened with a power of about 30 million because his key is probably down. And he's like, I will defeat you, monkey. And then Goku holds Frieza's hand, and Frieza's like, why are you doing? Holds Frieza's hand. What are you doing? I was like, well, I want to teleport you back to the ship. We are far away now. Oh, thanks, monkey. But this will be your downfall. You won't yet believe the next time we meet. So then he teleports Frieza away, back to his ship, and then goes back to Earth. Mirrors already knew that Goku planned on this. He already explained it to him. That was something personal, and he will challenge Frieza to a fight 2 years from now. If whatever happened, and he will try to push Frieza and humiliate him now first to try and get him to seriously take the threat into consideration and prepare to fight him and give him a proper challenge and let's give Frieza a chance because it will be unfair to just kill Frieza right now. Mirrors doesn't like that. It's the typical Saiyan nonsense, but he's fine since Goku like every week, like once a day or something like that, drops 5 or 6 very dangerous criminals who could destroy entire planets, and he just stops them casually, dropping them into the Mafua, into yards. Then he will free them from the yards, probably, but still, he's a very great, a great patrolman, great guy. So Mirrors is alright enough with that. Frieza has been around for a long time, and his father too. So if they are gone in 2 years, that's enough. That's enough for him. Fair enough. Now Frieza truly starts to train. Yes, he starts to train like in the original, but doesn't do it for very long. Probably he trains like really lazily, and he does make some kind of. He doesn't even need to make another form. He's like, I will just train like this, but probably will make another form just for the sake of it. And that other form would probably look like cooler. Not like Golden Frieza because he didn't took it seriously. Look like cooler. No, Dragon Ball. Probably look like this. Yeah, like this kind of form perhaps. Power up of 4 or 5 times. No golden, but his base form will already be on the buildings, so his power will be about 10 billion or something, about only after 2 months of training. Frieza will be very strong, but it will disappoint Goku that he's not getting stronger. So he may just decide to defeat Frieza before that, just for the sake of pushing him further and trying to get him to seriously train or something. But still, that's he also just wants to kill Frieza anyway. So will think about it. Probably will tell Frieza, hey, this is not enough. You need to be stronger. You're a weakling. And Frieza will be like, oh, that's nonsense. My form is very powerful. No. You will need to be more powerful, Frieza. Otherwise, you don't stand a chance. You don't saw my true power. True power is at least 1,000 times greater than that. At least. And Frieza's like, how is that possible? Huh. Anyway, if what you say is true, then I guess I will have to dream. I guess I will have to train then. That will be your downfall. Ooh. Now I leave it here, and let's say I leave it here. We are in the timeline at about the start of Dragon Ball, 2 or 3 months after that. So right now he's going to take over the world. Right soon he was going to become the king of the world and bring down the Red Ribbon Army if necessary. He will take over politically and so on, and find his ministers and fight Frieza, all of that. Maybe some other arc like Beerus waking up could happen, but regardless, or someone coming from the future for some reason. But regardless, let's end this part here because it's already an hour and 14 minutes long, which is long enough for one proper what if. So may the key be with you, and if you like it and want to see more videos like this, subscribe to really find me, because if not, there's so many YouTubers that you may just not find me at all. Well, goodbye, and may the key be with you. Risa was defeated, but not destroyed. He still has 2 years before his judgment, apparently 2 years to train, in which Goku advised him to do so, to train really well, because he will need it. Frieza does start to train. Remember, let's say that right now we are in the timeline right after Goku defeats Frieza, right? The previous sort of what if dealt with possibilities which could happen afterwards, but I'm starting the third part right after that moment. There's one thing about mirrors and Goku. They had this deal for mirrors to train Goku, but there's some caveats to it. Goku does need to serve in the Galactic Patrol against certain high tier criminals. But the thing is, the Frieza Force is still free. Frieza is alright. He was already in the deal. He was supposed to be defeated, or he's supposed to probably be defeated by Goku 2 years from now if it goes well. If it doesn't, he will at least not be a big problem, because Goku promised to do what Mirrors couldn't do without using too much of his power, and therefore risks being erased. Yes, because he's an angel, he's not supposed to act like he's not so and kill mortals, but Goku can do it, or can drop them. So, as a Galactic Patrol member now, sort of freelance Galactic Patrolman, let's say, under Miru's recommendation, as Miru's trying him officially, Goku has the mission to stop the Frieza Force. Normally that wouldn't happen because the Galactic Patrol has the protocol of not going after the Frieza Force. But now it's different. Now it is time to do it. Doesn't Goku? Well, there is a possible exemption for Vegeta. Vegeta, the Saiyan Destroyer of Worlds, and Nappa and Raditz for being the only remaining Saiyans. And Mirrors is sort of okay with that as long as he keeps them under control. That Goku has now a choice of either annexing part of the Frieza Force, destroying it, maybe, but that wouldn't fit very well with his job, or he could just do his job and actually drop them using the Mafua. So what he does, he goes after the high tier guys like Dodoria, for example. He goes after Dodoria, teleports near him, and just drops him in a jar with the Mafua. And once he's trapped, he just teleports him back to the galactic prison and just another jar to add to the collection. Then the same with Charbon, who was nearby. He drops him too with the Mafua. There you go, Charbon. Mafua. Well, Mafua in this case will be Goku like this. And there you go. Bye bye, Charbon. And then Kui, who is another strong guy close to Frieza. What? What? Seriously? Kui Dragon Ball? This Kui, not the other hamster? Whatever. There he goes too. He was a bit stronger than Vegeta this time. Yes, stronger definitely. And then the Ginyu Force. The Ginyu Force are nearly a challenge in the case of that guy who can stop time. But non-Ginyu Force. But nothing significant. So he shows up when the Ginyu Force are hanging around some planet practicing those kind of dances. And he knows about Ginyu's ability. He researched all that before with his knowledge. And this guy immediately stops time when he sees the Saiyan who indeed Saiyan was. Let's take a look at this. Well, he will probably not look like. Yeah, probably look like this at this time because he doesn't want to be detected by anybody while doing his job as a patrolman. Probably, perhaps, why not? So he's like this. He's like this. So he's undetectable. His power, but still powerful enough to be pretty much undefeatable by anything that he's going to try to stop. In his base form, he may as well be somehow affected by some assassination attack or something like that, and that will give them time while he regenerates. Who knows? Still, he enters in that form, and this guy here tries to stop time. So what happens is that he's not really probably stopping time. He's more of like moving at warp speed or something like that. And Goku is like, oh, that guy really is fast. He can barely move while this guy is stop time. So he's like, whoa, that was incredible. And he will try to hit Goku even then while he's moving possibly incredibly fast. Maybe so fast that Goku cannot even move in that time. He's pretty much a hit kind of guy, but will do nothing. Goku will try to search for that knowledge and copy that technique. Then he will be like, oh, I can barely. Maybe I have a shot to do it. So then Goku stops time for a moment, but barely, and sort of doesn't work well. They sort of stand around in battle position, sort of moving for a moment, and then they start to move again. So it's like, oh, doesn't really work. Guess so. Wasn't that easy. Then he uses the Mafuba on Ginyu first. He doesn't have a chance to yell anything because he does it from behind him. There's Mafuba drops him, and the others are sort of wrapped in the red energy, so they can't move either. Then he just captures them too, and there they go. All the while, Vegeta and Nappa realize that there's someone because they hear it from their scouters. There's somebody making even the king just disappear, and apparently someone beat up Frieza but didn't kill him or anything like that. And they are like, Vegeta, perhaps we should do something. Must have been some nonsense, but if it's not, interesting. And saying stronger than me? Perhaps Frieza isn't as strong as I thought. How absurd, isn't it? Maybe he was poisoned. Or no, he was saying like, maybe he was poisoned. Who knows? Regardless. Only to them, Kakarot shows up in front of those two and Raditz. You're left since sort of, what? What's that? Are you a Saiyan but you have red hair? How weird. Then Raditz recognizes his brother. Kakarot, is that you? Yes, it's me. I'm Goku. Can't be, you should be a child. Oh, my friend, let's say that I spit out the bruises. Regardless, regardless. Now, my master, the one who trained me lately, asked me to get rid of the Frieza Force. So I already did in the case of the Kinjus and others like the Dorians are, but Frieza will be left for later. But there's a special deal for you three. Goku looks at Vegeta and Nappa. You can join me instead. After all, someone will need to organize the Frieza forces, then they now not Frieza forces, and help out with the new regime. In that case, regarding some of Frieza's planets. Obviously, I will do that, but I could use some help. Vegeta smirks at him with a smoke attitude. It's like, ludicrous. So Goku simply stares at him, smirks back, Why ludicrous? I'm a prince. Why will I follow you? I will make my own path now. If what you say is true, why will I work under you? Oh, Goku sort of crosses his arms too, and he stares at Vegeta seriously and is like, well, you don't need to do it, really. You could just go on your own way and be free, but you have to understand that if you start going against me in any way, I will need to stop you, whether you are the prince or not. Besides, I'm planning on bringing back Planet Vegeta. I have already planned how, and I would like someone trustworthy to eventually drive the planet towards a more civilized state, higher than it ever was, but not more imperialistic than it needs to be. Well, those guys are gone, so like Vegeta sort of stares at Goku seriously. How will that be? How do you think? How do you expect that you could bring back our planet? That's a good question. I cannot tell you that, but I can tell you that I will do what I can do to bring it back. I will make it right. Make it right what? Well, Frieza destroyed the planet. I think it is right to bring him back. After all, he wasn't honorable. Why does he even destroy the planet even? Out betrayal. Telling all Saiyans to plant Vegeta and then destroying it. Frieza acted like a coward. The Saiyans deserved, if they were going to die, they deserved dying in a proper fight. Not that. So they should be brought back so they can have a chance of another life, or a chance of a proper death. Yes, Vegeta nods to Goku and just, huh, well, regardless, I guess I will go now. I will conquer a planet for myself and just stay there. Goku interrupts Vegeta as he tries to turn around with the words, wait. I have the legendary Super Saiyan in my home, new home planet. Perhaps you would like to join us there? Why not? After all, not like my brother or who is that? Oh, is he the general? Oh, he was a general, right? Oh, yes, I was a general. How did you know? So then he's like, Goku. Goku is like, well, yes, but the thing is that you, Vegeta, you won't have a proper challenge around here. You may be able to be king of some planet, but what is it that compared with having a proper challenge and growing stronger? Isn't that better? After all, I defeated Frieza himself. Perhaps If you stay under my command to a certain extent and you help out with some things once in a while, you will be able to become far stronger. Then Vegeta narrows his eyes. Hmm, I'm not gonna follow you, but you're right. Ah, I will go with you. That will make it for a proper challenge. As Goku aborts Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz to Earth, next to Broly and Paragus. Yeah, that's not good. Paragus is like, well, this guy not yet. I'm searching. This is there. Paragus is like, wow, Vegeta. Oh no, it's Vegeta. And will enrage Broly. So Goku self stands in front of Broly and is like, Broly. Broly looks at him at the eyes, and at Broly, he didn't do that to you. He was a kid just like you right then, a baby. Was his father. Is it fair for him to suffer for what his father did? Which, by the way, I must say, it saved your life from Frieza. If he hadn't done that, if he hadn't oh, done a terrible thing, then Broly sort of opens his eyes wide. You would have died alongside all of the other Saiyans, you and your father. So in fact, he did save your life in a way. He definitely didn't do it for a good reason. Hmm. Broly looks down for a moment, sort of relaxes himself, and is like, alright. He just walks away and enters back in the castle house. All the while, Vegeta felt the incredible power of Broly, which will motivate him to properly train now. Oh, wow, someone actually made one. That's incredible. There's real big fans. Incredible, seriously. Now it will be like this, or like this. Holy hell, could be like this. Wow, that's incredible. No, that's way too big. Yeah, kind of big. No. They would be living around here, and Goku, that's the ground rules, is that they cannot kill, torture, or do evil deeds to any earthling around here, and that if they have a problem with an earthling, they can tell that to their security wards. There will be two security wards, at least for each one of the Saiyans, for Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta, who are there not to protect them, they're there to protect people from them, pretty much. It's funny, but it's true. So that's the reality of it. Well, well, it seems that it's working well. I like that. It's working well. Right. Now, the Frieza Force is not dead yet. Goku still needs to teleport around the galaxy. Or no, I don't know, beyond.
Whoa. I don't know. I'm going to put galaxy images because they're really convenient, but not the phone. I don't know, like this. The galaxy and more than that, like the universe as a whole. No, say no. And you want to open it. That's how it's supposed. No, that's how it looks like Andromeda. No, I don't want. I'll save it, but I don't care. Just get away. Go the hell out. It's stuck. I cannot do anything. What the hell? What the hell is this? What's wrong? Oh, damn it. Well, I'm causing you. No, that doesn't work either. Anyway, show hiding files. I don't care. What the hell is wrong? Right. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. No, I'm going to cancel. No, I can cancel. Yes. Cancel. God damn it. Anyway, that was difficult. Really difficult. Anyway, so the thing is that Goku will be teleporting all over the Milky Way and all over nearby galaxies. What the hell is with that? Anyway, and he will be wiping out or sort of scattering into Mefuba tiny jars, like tiny, like Mefuba jar. All of the guys like Sorbet or those uh, those generals from Friese, like this thing, in this thing, each one of them, and just carrying them to the prison. There will be a few hundreds or thousands of them, probably a couple thousand, and that will be it, because that will pretty much mean the end of Frieza Force. And then to really end it, because, well, Frieza is still alive, but Frieza alone without his force is not much. And especially when they know that somebody who actually defeated him, or probably who had defeated him, certainly has higher power level as a measure him than Frieza himself, they won't be loyal for very long, probably not. Other planets, so they will rebel. And if Frieza tries to destroy them, then, well, Goku will have to intervene, but that's what probably could happen. But still, he has wiped out, in a way, all of the main Frieza Force, and there's still King Cold. Okay, so he goes to King Cold, and now the difference is that Goku is not after, it's not going to drop King Cold. Going to, it won't Hakai him, but will kill him, most likely. Will probably grab him in his Saiyan God form, like really relax, will grab him by the arm, King Cold, and then will say, give me a reason to not kill you, to kill you. Give me a reason. Just give me one good reason. Oh, I can pay you. No, I don't want that. I can eat your planets. No, I don't want that. I can have them on my own. I don't need your help for that. In fact, I prefer to do it in my own in that case. So, what do you want if it's not planet or economic power? Oh, what I want? I want Planet Vegeta back. That will be fine. I want, I want you gone. So then, Goku smiles by the sort of fear that he put up on the face of King Cold and blasts him away like entirely. Just pushes him back and then blasts him into nothing with one arm, with his single right hand extended, like Vegeta style, nearly, but with the palm completely opened up and just gone. King Cold is dead. For a moment, Goku thinks about destroying Frieza's planet, his main planet, and he's like, no, not necessary. Besides, no, not necessary. Then Goku returns to Earth, having defeated all the well, having defeated all the Frieza Force, the King Cold Force, the main players. Those guys, they will sort of reward him and give him more orders. In this case, Goku takes over. Goku will be here, but he wouldn't be in a sector because those guys have sectors of the galaxy. Goku will sort of be in, like for the entire galaxy because he's way stronger than any of them except him, but he can use his real power. So the Galactic King will give Goku a sort of medal later on. We'll prepare a ceremony for that, but for now, they still need to go after the rest of the Frieza Force because now there's no big players, so they can do it without anyone stopping them. There's no Sarbon or Dodoria or the Ginyu Force, no one like that. So they have a Daisy now. All the while, Goku, who has returned to Earth, this is only days after the Frieza affair. Well, let's say the Frieza Goku defeating Frieza thing. Okay, I need to now. Whoa, that's better, right? The Goku defeating Frieza kind of thing. And the battle is supposed to happen in 2 years, but Frieza will start to notice that some of his planets are rebelling. Obviously, Sarbon, Dodoria, and everyone who is powerful is gone. So he becomes really angry and essentially destroys a planet. In his normal true form. Then what happens is that Goku has the problem that he's supposed to not fight Frieza till 2 years from that moment. But Frieza just destroyed a planet. So, and it was a good planet, like it was a sophisticated planet, sophisticated enough to think that it could be a good idea to go against Frieza right now and perhaps think that they could do something if there was in a Frieza Force, at least. Or that at least Frieza will forgive them to a certain extent and show up and then they will surrender or something. But no, Frieza destroyed the whole planet. Like, well, I'm going to put Krypton because it looks cool. Like Krypton when it explodes. Man of Steel. Yeah, Man of Steel. Like this. And when it gets like really hot like this, and then it goes bang and explodes. Well, like that. So, Goku now has to intervene after the Galactic Patrol orders. At the same time, he doesn't want to. So he's like, what can I do? Will I take Frieza to another universe and live in there? No, but then I will get in trouble with other universes.
Hmm. So he goes out to Frieza and is like, hey Frieza, you cannot destroy planets. We were supposed to fight 2 years from now. But if you destroy planets, I will need to destroy you. Come on, be responsible. Where the hell is Frieza? Okay, here. Come on, Frieza, be responsible for once. Oh, you never told me that. I couldn't destroy planets. Oh shit. Oh, I'm canceling this. Oh, the audio is getting damaged. I need to close it.
So, in the last part, which was interrupted by a recording error, yeah, thank you. Encoding audio encoding algorithm. Mm, We are we have Goku presenting himself in front of Champa and Bellus, who were eating on some unnamed planet within some kind of space restaurant of sorts. A very expensive space restaurant alongside the ruler of the planet. So Goku just stands there. Finally, Bellus spoke to him and was like, "Oh, so why are you here? You're a Saiyan, aren't you?" "Oh, yes, I'm here to ask if the Super Dragon Balls, which are in between Universe 7 and Universe 6, happen to belong to, or happen to be mm, there thanks to the action of the Destroyer Champa. Because I don't wish to go against his attempt to reunite the Dragon Balls." And Champa's like, "Yes, those Dragon Balls are mine." So Goku is like, so then since you are reuniting the Dragon Balls, the Super Dragon Balls to make a wish, I suppose, then why not to I help you to find them, the others, then we reunite them all and we make a wish for both of us. We make my wish to revive my planet, we bring back my planet and other few other planets, entire peoples, and your wish, Lord Champa. The Lord Champa is like, what makes you think that I cannot force you to find them if you know where they are? Well, what do you have to lose? Because if I help you find them, because you have forced me, you've made an enemy. You made someone you cannot never trust. You made someone who will somehow either you have to destroy because will become an enemy, or will you will never have a reason to trust. But if you make a trade with me, you have a friend, and that is more trustworthy and better overall. And since one is more costly to have an enemy or having to destroy a possible friend than having a friend, shouldn't it be better to have be friends in that sense? So Goku said all of that, and Champa's like, "Hmm, I don't trust you, but I like your way of thinking. Of course, I can destroy you at any moment, but why will I? True, having friends is better. It's easier. It saves work. Alright, I will do it." Then Goku waits there for Champa to end it, and he even carries some food from Earth for as a as a gift for him because Champa complained that he showed up without a gift. So he does so, and Champa is pleased by the food for enough. Oh, great, that's great. So then they start teleporting around the universes, in this case around Universe 6, to go up to the other two Dragon Balls. And they do so by Goku pretty much grabs, gently grabs her wrist and Champa's shoulder, asking for permission for it. May I teleport? She's like, oh, yes. And Champa's like, anyway, it's done already. All of us are there. Let's go there. So they show up near the Super Dragon Ball, and Goku's like, Bellows, could you move the Super Dragon Ball? Oh yes, why not? All right. Now, in the last part, Bellows. That's very short part because I was interrupted again. Yes, people don't understand that they shouldn't interrupt me. They never understand that. I never understood that. I prefer them to shut up and just leave me alone. But anyway, no. The thing is that Bellows moved the planet, or rather the Super Dragon Ball, which is pretty much the size of Jupiter. Yes, it's pretty much that big, nearly. So it's really incredible. It warps and does this warp speed kind of thing with the whole planet, and Goku and Champa sort of standing there in a sort of bubble of air that she made somehow, for convenience, obviously. And they end up next to the other Dragon Ball. Then they repeat the process, he teleports them around again, and they keep grabbing another Dragon Ball, another one, and 4 hours later, they have all of them. They had three of them, and there was other two on Universe 7, in Universe 7, another two on Universe 6. So they grab all of them. They're very careful in Universe 7 because Virus go wake up. So they reunite all of them, and Beatos asks of Goku for the true wish, for the wish itself. And then Goku says it so to Beatos in the language of the gods. And they're like, what? Champa, what? How did you know that? He stops eating because probably he was eating now again. How did you know about that? Something like that. And Goku is like, it's just the common tongue spoken the other way around. How didn't I knew? Why didn't you tell me that? Lord Beerus, no, it will be like, Lord Beerus. Oh, you didn't even ask. Never asked. Oh, how does he know? Goku's like, I asked for knowledge to Dragon Ball. Oh, that's a good idea. You Saiyans are real strange. Well, most Saiyans aren't like me. But anyway, we may proceed as you wish. Oh, yes. Then she calls Dragon and says Goku's wish and Champa's wish. Champa's wish is just Goku hears it. It's not anything weird or anything really weird. Like, it's weird because it's very simple. Champa just wanted to be fit even though he eats a lot. Because problem is that he's getting fat and Vados is annoying him with that. So he wanted to reunite the Super Dragon Balls, refit like his brother, but still to be able to compete with him, but still be able to eat as much as he wants. So, and the reason for that is that mm, if this guy really wanted to do evil deeds in the sense of killing off his brother with a wish or something like that, he would have done that a long time ago. He's been there for millions of years, okay? So if he didn't, that means that all he wanted is just some normal thing from it, like being fit, without needing to actually train or something. Like that way, Betos won't annoy him all the time, telling him that he should train and he should eat less sweets and so on, and take care of his diet. So she doesn't need to do that anymore. She's like, oh, great. Now, the wish is fulfilled. And then Goku asks Betos, um, well, Champa, he already knows. He says that he already knows Champa's what Champa wants in a certain extent to for him to find the Super Dragon Balls in the future. And Champa sort of goes like, oh, yes, true, true. That will help some, but I don't know if you will be alive. You see, it's get old really fast. And then Goku reminds him again, oh, he asks for immortality. Oh, oh, yes, great, great. I'm great. I mean, it's great that you have immortality. That way you will be able to help me later on. Yeah, yeah. Now, well, let's take us out of here. I can take you out of here. Oh, great. Huh. I'm starting to like you now. Well, and they teleport back to the planet they were at the beginning, and the king from that planet is sort of surprised, like he was waiting around for his guests to come back and figure out if they're going to destroy the planet or not. And Betis then turns to Goku and is like, "You wanted to know something. What's it?" Oh, I wanted to know if I wanted to know if you will train me, or at least in exchange for what you are you willing to find me in the future? Now I need to go, but I mean maybe some other day or later on. And it's like, oh, well, you could help me pick up something, and sometimes I need to go find food for Lord Champa. So if you could do it for me, then that would be appreciated. Oh, great. So thanks then. It doesn't seem so difficult. No, not at all. When you don't have a taboo against teleportation, we have it. The last girl of Struggling whose angel teleported him around, ended up nearly destroying half his universe. Now that the universe is no more. Well, anyway, the point is that there's a taboo against it. But if you do it, mortal, or sort of mortal, well, we can jump over the issues related to it. Yes, I know that I speak like with, but I cannot use Gaitoning classes and boys. Like, the voice is way too feminine, so no. Obviously, no. Goku bolts both of them for a moment. Oh, and before he's like, oh, Champa, can you make one of those destruction balls that you the destroyers can make so I can have it and try to learn from it. It's like, why? Oh, because I know Ultra Instinct. And then he turns into Ultra Instinct form, into this form. He's like the perfect thing, like the perfect Ultra Instinct. And then turns back to normal. To normal. And Champa and Battles are like, hmm, Champa, how can that be? That's Ultra Instinct. Impossible. Then Goku's like, I asked for knowledge, and I trained under mirrors. And then Champa, oh, incredible. Genius are incredible. Remarkable. Huh, but you're still weak. Oh, yes, I know, Lord Champa. But I'm asking you for that fear of destruction too. Even if a small one, better to be able to learn that power, figure out how it works. I will, unless I will reach another pinnacle, the one that the destroyers have. I'm not saying that I won't be able to fight properly in it, but at least I will know. I search for knowledge, you know. Knowledge is important. Oh, anyway, here. So he makes a sphere of destruction. Let's see once this thing. No. Sphere of destruction. Was it if freaking lost a page? Load the page already. Destroy you. No. Okay. Sphere of. What the hell? This is not a sphere of destruction. You kidding me? Damn English. A guy. No. It gives me the real stuff. Akai means destruction in Japanese, for God's sake. No, this thing, okay. This thing. So, he hands over this thing, and Goku's like, great. And just bows to both of them and teleports away. And then Jumper's like, huh? This guy's hilarious. Anyway, let's go with something else now that I'm perfectly fit. Because this Jumper, with his waist, he looks more like fit, and he has muscles around here, and he looks like really fit. Like, he doesn't look fat at all. He looks like 10 kilograms or 20 pounds or something. He looks like buff, a bit buff on the arms. And so he can eat now as much as he wants. He looks kind of like Beerus now. But even more mask around here. Like he's pumped up. He's powered up in a sense. So then both the Japan battles just go away from the planet, and Goku is sort of standing there, and it's like because he ended his bowing to his bow to them, and they disappear, and then he looks at the king of the planet, and he's like, well, hello, sir, do you want to eat? No, I was sleeping. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye. And just teleports away. Now this Goku just teleports in the middle of space and tries to learn from the Kakai energy using his power, his library of knowledge, and tries to incorporate it. But he figures out, oh, so this is the energy of a destroyer. Oh, I can make more of it. Oh yeah. Yeah, but I need to have the aptitude for it. He cannot do it in this form. He needs to turn into some other weird form that, like base form, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much base form, and do it. And then maybe he starts feeling like the energy sort of flowing around him and forming a barrier. And he's like, oh, this is weird. Why do I feel like blowing up planets? Huh. Interesting. So then just goes back to his normal form because that form is strangely disturbing in the sense that he feels not evil, but he feels like, I don't know, a bit like Frieza. Like perhaps like the idea he has of Frieza, and he would like to destroy something like that. And it's not like Goku will have a problem doing it. The problem is that he's used to this form. He's used to the utter calmness and utter concentration and focus of Ultra Instinct. So the emotion of the Hakaishin energy is very strange to him now. This Goku doesn't even use Super Saiyan, use either this or this or, well, seriously, or this. So he really is not used to having much emotions, pretty much. Why would he? Now, he travels to Planet Vegeta by searching for it, because now he's in Universe 7 and he starts um, investigating the universe using the Library of Knowledge, asks the genie to search, and he starts to search, and there it is. He sees in the Library of Knowledge Planet Vegeta, which is now restored, has been restored ever since 20 or 30 minutes ago. And Vegeta, here it is. And Bardock has gone back because he was in the middle of a space a moment later, checking around, and then he's perfectly healed. So he descended to the planet to meet Gine, who was back here, near her house, sort of looking at the sky, still like, what? Where are we at? And then Goku shows up. Everything is very sort of strange. Then Goku shows up, and then it's even more strange. That's something that Masako could say. Dude, Goku shows up. Yeah. Okay. Now,